Good morning, everybody. This is Steve, 1,000 Years Home. Today I'm going to install maybe one or two windows all the way. So I cut the holes in already. Let me go ahead and rotate the camera. And I have other videos on how to cut in, and I did use every tool as a comparative. I used a grinding wheel, and I used a nitrous Diablo blade. I used a Sawzall. And I guess I didn't use a circular saw with a metal blade. But anyway, out of all of those things, nothing beat the angle grinder. And the little tiny portable angle grinder just didn't have enough juice either. So I ended up using my corded angle grinder. And that's okay. I'm trying to go off grid, right? And I did it off grid because I used my truck as the generator right there for the angle grinder. So in the middle of all of this, I am trying to set up my sawmill and saw, because what you're looking at here, minus 8 4x4s, is $1,554 a lumber. $1,500. Now granted, I'm using cedar, rough cut cedar, not high grade, rough cut cedar. It'll fit the Spanish Mission style. But that is a heck of a lot of money to spend for, there's another 6x6 already in there. 3 6x6s, 6 4x4s, and 10 1 by probably 2x8s, maybe 2x10s. So and they're 10 footers, all of those. So all right, let me show you the strategy for the windows. So inside I've already built a cedar frame, and I've also put the bubble wrap on it and cut out the window. And the cedar frame will bolt right up in here. I'll put flashing along the bottom to keep it protected. And then up above, you'll see that I have another post that matches the notchings. I curved it for the notchings, so the outside will have a header put across there. And I don't know if you can see that I've already put some blocks in there to support. And then I'll run large scale, there's the blocks. So then I'll run large scale bolts through, and I'll hold that header on the outside. And then the inside 6x will go all the way, will span the entire deck. So the bubble wrap already, I put it up, temporarily, and it already cut the heat. Gosh, I'm gonna guess 20 degrees or more. So double-sided bubble wrap is what I'm doing. And then it's held loosely, right, so that there's a little barrier between the walls and the bubble wrap in the house. So I like the design. Now the whole purpose of all of that extra lumber is to transfer the, notice I don't have, because I can't weld, or I shouldn't weld out here. There's still a burn ban. So anyway, I'm transferring the load through the notch in the windows back into the roof. So having all these 6x, that's more than structural, right? And I'll reinforce that, and I'll transfer the load back in. So that's the strategy. And I'm doing it, so it's early in the morning, and not fast, but I'm doing it. So I'll cut back in when I have a finished product. Hey, this is Steve, 1,000-Year Home. So 3 hours of work, and I finished cutting in all the rest of the windows. So that one will be a stained glass window. This is a full-size 3 by 5 foot, same as in the end. I finished the bathroom windows already. I cut in a door, which that's a big door. That's a 8-foot door maybe. So this is a high cube, so it's 9 foot 6 inches, I think, is what a high cube is inside. So I got a little extra room by getting a high cube, and I highly recommend. So let me rotate the camera. So I used every piece of equipment I had, because when one got too hot, I had to switch. So I went ahead and got a Milwaukee variable, and I tried to use the Diablo nitrous blades, but they just snapped right off, the teeth did, and that's because this thing rumbles. So what I needed to do, if you see, I've got the 18-point teeth in there. And I would get a long side, let's say 4 foot before it broke off. Oh, my truck is still out there running the generator for everything. Their little AC unit that I used last night. So there's my angle grinder. I went through, cut out 1 window, 1 door, and 2 small windows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plus a couple I would have thrown away someplace else. So let's say 10 the metal cutting blades. And now I'm letting it air out. So heat and safety was the biggest challenge for me in this thing. One, I'm still in a stage 5 fire warning out here, so I had to be very careful. So I plowed a safety perimeter. I had fire extinguishers, and for myself, I needed to wear my leather jacket. So, oh my God, it was so hot. 3 hours in that thing. So I started early in the morning, 5 something this morning, and I'm finishing up now. I took a lunch, I took a couple of breaks, but 3.5 solid hours, 3 hours to get all that done. So, and then I'll frame all of these in the cedar for reinforcements, as well as bolt the bulkheads on to each board. I'll use construction adhesive in between to kind of try to waterproof, as well as on the outside I use a butyl stick-all. Big storm came through, 3 inches of rain in just a couple hours, and the windows seeped a little. I mean, just very little. So, but I wasn't here to see where the drips were coming in at. So I'm going to have to take a close look at that and see. So I can't even hold my camera. I'm shaking so bad. Look, I'm pretty red still. So, so anyway, but I'm very happy. I'm very happy. So, and then this bedroom, these doors will have French doors put in, and I'll remove the middle piece because the French door will fit in there, and I'll trim it out in cedar. It'll look great. So close. So, oh my gosh, like and subscribe, hit the smash button, get alerts. I do about 2 of these a week or so. It's hard to build a house, work a full-time job, and do video work all by your lonesome, but 2 a week are these or so. And I'm doing a lot of cool stuff that I haven't seen on the internet yet for doing a small home, container home, including real genuine stained glass window cut in. I think the cedar is a good touch. Some folks are using wood for bulkheads, but not like this. I'm cutting out the kerfs and whatnot to put in there. So I'm pretty excited. And then the way I'm going to insulate this will be pretty cool. In fact, I have the insulation in. It all came in early. I've got a bunch of this, but I'll be adding 2 5/8 layers of drywall in it with acoustical glue between the two to give a gap in there, and also to cut down on any additional noise. I almost made a decision on the outside, so all kinds of cool stuff. So like and subscribe, and maybe I'm going to do something you haven't seen before in a container home.